Hello, welcome to Yoga Vinyasa Flow. Today we're going to prepare the body, building up into Malasana squat and crow pose. So if you just heard that and cringed, no worries. There really will be an option for everybody. So people who can't squat deep, I will have an option for you to work on. So that being said, let's get started. Blocks, you'll see two sets of blocks here. You only maybe need one. This is just so that when I switch sides, I don't have to switch props over from one side to the other. Block is, or not block. Strap is totally optional if you've got one of those, but I won't be cueing anything specifically with that. So coming to a nice seat here, and zipping up from pubic bone to behind the navel. You want a nice long spine. So envision your ears, shoulders, and hips are in that alignment. And then just take a moment to kind of settle everything down into your space. And as you come into a good breath rhythm here, so equal breath on the inhale, equal breath on the exhale for right now. Notice if there's anywhere that you could soften just a little bit more. So for most people, it's probably going to be the hips, but you can also soften a little bit through the shoulders, the jaw, and even the tongue. Even the tongue. And then from here, let's take the fingers to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, 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 reach. Look up there, turning palms away. Grow taller as you bring those arms down. And let's take that again. Inhale to lift. Maybe looking up. Exhale, taking that down. And one more time. Palms up. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Now for a moment, really reach up there with the fingertips. Both sides of the body elongate a little bit here. Looking up there, touching palms together. Exhale, hands in the heart center. Creating that intention for your practice. What would you like to receive? Mine is going to be open heart, open mind. You're welcome to use that and apply it however you need. Maybe you can apply open heart and open mind to Malasana and crow pose later on. And once you have that set, big inhale and reach, reach, reach. Let's take a side bend to the left. I'm trying to keep my shoulders and my hips in alignment, and both hips are grounded here. And we're sitting in just a nice stretch. Your gaze is wherever you need it to be. Using your abdominals as much as possible. Coming up. Let's take that to the other side. Reaching over. Good. Breathe and expand. And then when you're ready, good. We'll come back up. We'll add on this time. Taking it back over to the left. You can stay here. You can side bend deeper if that's appropriate for you. You can choose to open up towards the back, maybe moving the arm around, finding something special. Or belly button in. The pelvis will tip back a little bit as you see curve roll. Forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. And if you're doing this one, really reach with this arm. Breathe and expand. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, using the abs, coming back to center. Let's go right into the other side. Reaching over. You can keep it a little bit more gentle. You can take it deeper. And we can open to the back or get that C curve roll. Forehead in the direction of the knee, but not touching. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, coming back. Reaching up. Let's take this into a gentle twist towards the left. Arms going to come down. Rolling shoulders back, maybe looking a little bit more behind you. So always twist from length here. Good. No pulling or tugging or cranking. Inhale to lift. Exhale, center. Inhale, exhale, opposite direction. Arms come down, rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, inhale to the left, exhale, coming down. So from here, I've got my hands together. I'll just bring them a little bit lower so it's not right in my face. And just take some circles here. I'm just kind of working into the wrist joint just a little bit. Good. Now let's reverse that. And then let's give the wrist a break. Take the arms out to the side and just rotate. Good. Palms up, hands to the shoulders, open and close. So you want to try to use your abs to keep you from, flopping around like a fish here. As you take the elbows back, envision that you're squeezing the shoulder blades together. And then as you take them forward, maybe touching them together. Good. You can stay with this if this feels great to you. Otherwise, take some nice shoulder circles here. The shoulders help us keep in good form without collapsing in crow pose. So we want to make sure that they get nice and open and some love. Let's reverse that circle. And then when you're ready, good. Shake that out. Take the hands behind the head. Good. So you're pressing the head into the hands, not hands into the head. Elbows are out, shoulders are relaxed. Good. Now I'm just going to rotate towards the left and then the right. And left and right. Notice how this twist might be a little bit different for you than that first one we did when we had the hands down. Good. For me, it feels just a little bit more luscious in a different way. Good. And then from here, we'll come back to center. Good. Now, I'm going to turn to the side, but you're fine where you are. We're going to take this into a little bit of a windshield wiper here, just opening up the hips. So I'm going to take my hands behind. And from here, however you need to do your hands is fine. I'm going to make sure I've got a long spine. So I don't want to collapse down in here. I'm nice and long. Good. Heels can be hip width-ish apart. And I'm just going to take that from side to side. And my belly button is in because the spine is going into some slight rotation here. Okay. And then from here, when you're ready, good, we'll come back to center. So I'm just going to kind of roll forward here and come a little bit onto my knees. So we're going to stretch this part of the forearm and the wrist. How deep you do this or not do this is 100% based on your body's needs. So I can do this kind of, like this. You kind of go where you need to go, but I'm going to take this down. Good. So if I shift forward, I don't have a whole lot of pressure there. The stretch comes when I shift back. Okay. So we're not going to do long holds here. We're just going to kind of come forward, come back, touch that stretch, and then come out of the stretch. If you feel pain at all, numbness, tingling, burning, back off. And then from here, when you're ready, just carefully undo that, shake out those wrists, and we're going to come to all fours. So if you need to bring in a knee cushion, a wrist cushion, whatever it is that you have or need, feel free to do so. Otherwise, knees can be under the hips. If you've got a cranky low back, you can take them slightly wider. I'm going to spread my fingers and root through the knuckles of the pinky, pointer, and thumb. I want my tops of the feet down here and look between the knees. So if you see your feet in here, kind of take them back in line with the knees. So my belly button is in. I've got a nice flat back. Inhale, exhale. I'm going to take my chest forward, tipping pelvis back. Nice cow pose. Exhale, pressing away and round. Mad cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Now, if you're newer or this feels good, you can stay here. Otherwise, we're going to add on a little bit of movement. So from here, let's take this into semicircle cat-cow. Inhaling on the cow. Exhale as you round through cat. I'm going to sink on one hip. I'm going to circle through, maybe rolling into that cow on the other side and then other side. So the purpose of this is to loosen up the back and the hips a little bit. Tight hips make both crow and malasana a little bit trickier and very hard, if not impossible. Good. And so then from here, we'll just come back to center. Inhale, find your cow. Exhale, round. Sink back into a child's pose. And we're going to hold this child's pose here. The knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. You can take your arms long in front of you if that feels good to you. Or you can take the hands back to the ankles, letting shoulders relax. Forehead can come to a blanket, the floor, or a block. My belly button is in. I'm breathing and expanding through that rib cage. I'm going to reconnect with that intention, open heart, open mind. The nice thing about intentions is that everybody can apply it as they need. So you can apply open heart, open mind from a general perspective, or maybe on one particular issue that's been on your mind lately. Or person, doesn't always have to be an issue. And then from here, when you're ready, good. Slide your hands back a little bit. We're going to come up a little bit here. I'm going to walk my hands over to my right. I'm going to walk my left fingertips forward. I'm going to lift the hips, and then I'm going to shift them over toward the left side. So I'm getting that nice stretch in that left side body, left shoulder, armpit area. And then from here, I'm going to come up, walking it back, half or full child's pose here. You choose what your body needs. And then when you're ready, we'll lift up a little bit. We'll walk those hands over to the left. I'm going to walk my right fingertips forward. I'm going to lift the hips a little bit, pressing into the right hand, sinking towards the right hip. Sorry, we're pressing into the left hand, sinking towards the right. Breathe and expand. One of my favorite stretches for the backside, the body right here. Good. And then we'll lift and come back, full or half child's pose here. And then when you're ready, we're going to come back up. Good. So preparing to come into downward facing dog. If you're taller, take a half a hands width or full hands width forward. Otherwise, you can stay where you are. I'm going to tuck my toes. Good. I'm going to shift back as I press in and forward into my mat, lifting my knees, continuing to shift back, taking my gaze towards my feet. Good. So your feet can be about hip width apart or slightly wider. I'm pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds. Good. I'm turning my elbows more towards my pointer and middle finger. My shoulders in their pockets. So my shoulder girdles nice and fired up, nice and supportive. Head and neck are free. Good. You can bend the knees if you need to. You can lengthen them. You can continue to bend and stretch. The deeper you take the knees, the harder you will make it. You can walk the dog, walking or bending one knee at a time. You can lift both high on both toes and then come down. Okay. Hopefully nobody heard that ankle pop there. That was pretty loud. Good. Now, find some stillness if you took movement. Belly button is in. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk or step the feet forward to meet the hands. Now keep a little bend in the knees here, and we're just gonna get a little traction down the back side. So you can just let everything fall. Some people feel better grabbing opposite elbows. And if it's safe for you to do so, you can sway side to side. If not, stay center. Good. And if you took the sway, we'll come back to center. If you took elbows, we'll release. Good. Having a block handy in case you need it. Inhale, exhale. We're going to lift and lengthen halfway. Fingertips to the floor, the blocks, the shins, or the thighs. Find your flat back. Exhale and we'll bow. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root into the feet, engage the glutes. Long spine as we come up. Exhale, hands in the heart center. Finding breath, mountain, and tension. All right, let's do one prep before we go into one more contemporary sun salute. So from here, big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. Hold your plank. Remember, we're protracted in the shoulders here, meaning I'm pressing away. This is retracted. We don't want to do that. Protract, taking that chest a little bit more forward. And your knees can be grounded or lifted here. You can still press away from the floor. You can still lengthen that chest. Good. Now from here, if your knees are lifted, we're going to ground them. Good. I'm still protracted. I'm turning my elbows forward. I want my elbows to try to stay in to the sides of the body as much as I can as I lower down here. Good. And we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Good. Hands a little bit more forward into the side. Elbows are still into the body, maybe touching the floor. Zipping up that front body. Belly button is in. Good. Finding a baby cobra here. You can stay here if this feels okay. Shoulders are down, no crunching in the spine. Next step, maybe a medium cobra, same form. Next step, a high cobra, same thing. And as long as you're not hanging in the back or the shoulders, if you want to take this deeper, lower a little bit. I'm going to take my hands a little bit more in line with my shoulders. Good. You can lift up and find full up dog. Good. You can be on the tops of the toes or the feet here. And then from here, I'm going to lower that back down. Good. Give yourself a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Stronger, more experienced yogis can push up into a plank, shift back down dog. Otherwise, follow me through a tabletop position, tucking the toes, lifting up into downward facing dog. Good. Take a moment, reconnect with your good down dog form, reconnect with breath and intention. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. Inhale, root into the feet, engage the glutes, long spine as we rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding the breath, mountain, and tension. All right, let's do one more contemporary sun salute A here. We'll move a little faster. You choose, take or skip the flow. Inhale and lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. And flow smartly. If you can't keep your shoulders away from your ears when you're flowing and elbows in, then do the modify. Let the knees come down until you're stronger. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Now, in this sun salute, we're going to add some low lunges and a twist in here. So big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. I'm going to personally skip this one. From down dog when you're ready, left leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee. Round the spine as you step or pick up and put the right foot there. Use blocks if you need to. Right knee's gonna come down. From here when you're ready, I'm gonna find that lunge. Good, so I'm lengthening that spine. Right hand's gonna be to the block or to the floor, opening to the left. Taking that back down, tucking the back toe, lift the back knee, front foot steps back, take or skip a flow. Always finding breath, open heart, open mind. Right leg lifts 3-point, bending that knee, round, step or pick up and put the right foot forward between the hands. Good. Left knee's gonna lower. Good. Find your little lunge, finding the length. Left hand comes to the block or to the floor, opening up to the side, towards the right, and taking that down. Good. Tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, planting the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. From down dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We're going to do that just like that one more time. Inhale, and we reach. Exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. Inhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. From down dog when you're ready, left leg lifts 3-point, bending the knee, round, step or pick up and put the left foot forward between the hands. Right knee is gonna come down. Good. Find the length in the torso, look forward. Right hand's gonna come to the block or to the floor, opening up. Taking it down, planting the hands, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip your flow. Reconnecting with that breath and intention. Last time, last side. Right leg's gonna lift 3-point, bending that knee. Round the spine as you step or pick up and put the right foot forward between the hands. Left knee's gonna come down. Find the length in the torso first. Remember, we want to try to twist from length. Left hand comes down to the block or to the floor, opening up to the right. Taking that back down, planting the hands, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, front foot steps back. Take or skip your flow. Noticing how you're feeling on both sides. Should be a little bit more open now. Reconnect with down dog form, elbows, going forward here. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your breath, mountain, intention. Let's do one traditional sun salute B here. So those of you that have a little bit of a back issue or are newer, follow me with feet about hip width apart. If that doesn't apply to you, you can take your feet closer together or together here. But from here, I'm going to inhale and reach. Exhale. I'm going to try to touch the floor with my fingertips here. So I want to try to get a little bit lower in my chair, but you don't have to if you can't go there. And then I'm going to reach right here. My belly button is in. I'm breathing here. So I'm feeling those glutes fire up. I'm feeling the back of the legs, the front of the leg. My shoulders are even firing up here. Inhale, exhale, and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Once you've made it to your strong down dog, left leg's gonna lift 3-point, bend that knee, round. Step or pick up and put that left foot forward between the hands. Warrior prepping your right foot and heel. Good. Find the alignment that works for you with stability and a long spine. Let's lift. Good. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. Zip up the front body. Hip, knee, and toe track. If you were to glance down, can you see that toe? If not, that foot needs to be more forward. Remember, it's more important for the back edge of that foot to be grounded than for the front knee to be bent. Relax the shoulders. Really pressing to that back leg as much as you can. Long spine. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Taking hands down. Swiveling up the back leg. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip that flow. Returning the breath. From the down dog when you're ready, right leg's gonna lift 3-point, bending the knee, round as you step or pick up and put the right foot forward between the hands. Warrior prepping that left leg and foot. Rise with stability when you're ready. Okay. My front hip's gonna come back. I'm zipping up to that front body. Good. Hip, knee, and toe tracking. Strong to the back edge of the back leg. And when you're ready, good. Lengthen and engage as you take that path back to the mat, planting the hands, swiveling up back foot, front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. From downward facing dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, bow. From here, fingertips to the floor, bend those knees, find your chair. Pressing through, coming up, and exhale, hands in the heart center. Finding breath, mountain and tension. Good. Let's move into a different series here. Continue to open up the hips. This one, you might want your blocks in here. So actually, that's more where I like my blocks. Good. So blocks are 3-in-1 height. Always finding the height that works best for your body. Big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. From here, I'm going to step my right foot back. Good. So I'm in the left up runner. I'm going to bring my blocks in. Good. I'm going to shift my left hip back, taking my chest forward. I'm pressing strongly through that back heel. That back heel is not grounded. I'm on parallel railroad track. So find that length. Press into your block. Press into the floor. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, good, we're going to lower that right knee back down. Some of you might choose to stay down here. You might choose to come up here and stay. You might choose to lift. So I'm still zipping up that front body. I'm not letting that go. Maybe you can touch together. Taking the hands forward. I've got my hands clasped. I'm going to press away and around. So I'm trying to separate the shoulder blades here. Good. Releasing, coming back up, hands come down. Blocks can come forward. Plant those hands, tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Good. And I'm just going to lengthen here. So I don't need my blocks here, but some of you might. So you can come into a little bit of a pyramid variation, lengthening that front leg. Let me show you what that looks like. So front hip comes back hip comes forward. I'm lengthening. And if you know that you've got more depth in that front hamstring, instead of just kind of folding it and collapsing, take your hands or your blocks more forward. Ears will come by the bicep. And as long as this front knee here is not locked, hyperextended, then we're all good. Good. And when you're ready, bringing hands or blocks back in. I'm going to put a bend back in that knee, planting the hands, front foot steps back, take or skip a flow. And once you've made it to your down dog, before we go to the other side, we're going to do a little bit of a Vinyasa prep. So we're going to take our feet as wide as the mat, and I'm going to turn hips, knees, and toes out. It's also okay to take your feet wider than the mat if that's where you are. And for this, it doesn't matter if the heels are grounded or lifted. So you just kind of do where you need to work. But as I shift back, I'm going to bend my knees, and then I'm going to come back forward. So I'm going to shift back, I'm going to bend, and come back forward. I'm going to come back and bend, and come back and forward. One more time. Take a bend, and come back forward. Come to your normal downward facing dog. And from that downward dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. From this one, we're going to step the left foot back. You're in that right up runner. I'm going to bring my blocks in here. Heel, front heel is grounded. Good. I'm pressing back to that left heel. I'm lengthening my torso. Right hip is back a little bit. The left heel is not grounded. And then from here, I'm going to lower that back knee. Good. You can stay down here. You can come up here. You can reach up for a little bit of a balance challenge. Zip up that front body though, belly button into the spine. Relax the shoulders. And then from here, I'm going to take my hands to the side. I'm going to turn them behind. Good. You can rest here. You can clasp the hands, grabbing wrist or elbows. You can press down. You can roll back. You can lift. We're getting into the front of the shoulder here. When you're ready, gently release, reach, taking that down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, lift, you're back in that up runner. Now lengthen the front leg, front hip will come back, finding that pyramid variation again. So on this side, I do need my blocks today. So you can stay here. If you're going deeper, long spine, you can walk hands or blocks forward. Breathe, open heart, open mind. Maybe you need that about this pose. And then from here, good. I'm going to bring my hands or your blocks back, putting a bend in that knee. Good. Bringing that back. Now we're more stable. Front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip your flow. And once we're here, again, take your legs wide, hips, knees, and toes turn out. You can be as wide as you need to be. Good. And we're going to bend and press. And bend and press. And bend and press. And bend and press. Take that back, normal down dog. From your down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, flat back. Exhale, and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding breath, mountain intention. All right. New pattern here, and then we're going to go right into my Vinyasa. So I'm going to, if you think you need a block in triangle, have one available to you to start on the left side. And then from here, when we're ready, big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, bow from here. Good. We're going to step the right foot back. You're in the left up runner. Good. Find your stability here, and then warrior prepping. That right leg, hip, knee, and toe will turn out. Find stability as you rise, and then open for the warrior two. So remember, front hip will be back. Good. Hips don't shift as you open the chest to the side. Warrior two is a twist, technically, if you're doing it right. Belly button is in. Good. From here, let's lengthen that leg, taking it back. Root the feet in. Create a little balance challenge here. And then from here, keeping that leg lengthened, finding your triangle. So front hip is back hip is forward, rooting into the feet, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. When you can come no more, take a thigh, take a shin, take a block, take a floor, and we'll open up. A little bit more open here. Good. Consider a stacking of the shoulders. Okay. And then when you're ready, looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee, we're going to cartwheel this down, swiveling up the back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Good. Let's come into a pigeon from here as well. Left leg's going to lift, 3-point, bending that knee round. Left knee is going to come behind that left wrist. So if you're coming with me on belly down pigeon, really reach that right leg back. If you've got a lot of space under that left hip, you can put a block under there like this to help you, a folded blanket or a pillow. Don't practice with your hips and everything up in the air like that. That's a lot of unnecessary pressure. Come onto your back and take the figure 4. So if you're doing that one, the left ankle will cross over the right knee, and you can pull that into the chest. It is the same hip opener, but it's kinder on your knee and your hip. And in some cases, the low back. Breathe and expand. And then from here, when you're ready, based on where you went with that, carefully find your downward facing dog. And from that downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, bow. Now I'm going to switch sides. So from your bow, good. Step the right foot back. You're in the left up runner. If I messed that up, I think I did. Let's step the left foot back, right leg forward. Good. All right. I thought that felt too loose on that side. So from here, once you're ready, warrior prepping that left side. And when you're ready, lifting up, finding your warrior 2. Front hip comes back, chest opens without moving the hips. And reach. Hip, knee, and toe track forward. Give it a glance. You should be able to see that toe. Lengthening that front leg. Rooting in those feet. We'll take that back. Exalted variation. Reach towards the ceiling. And when we do these movements here, whether you're in warrior 2, you go back to exalted, try not to shift the hips around. Let it be in the spine. Good. And then from here, good. We'll set up for triangle. So front hip's going to come back hip's going to come forward, rooting in the feet, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. When you can come no more, take a thigh, take a shin, take a block, take a floor, and opening up. Reaching. And when you're ready, looking down at that front foot, putting a bend in that front knee. Good. Swiveling up the back foot, front foot steps back, take or skip a flow. Once you've made it to your beautiful downward facing dog, right leg's going to lift 3-point, bend the knee. If you're going to come to belly down pigeon, this is where you're going to come. The knee's going to come behind that wrist. Otherwise, you're going to drop the knees down, come onto your back. You'll cross the right ankle over the left knee. Fill in any spaces. Come to where you can come. Breathe. Remember, we still don't want any pain, numbness, tingling, or burning here. And then when you're ready, based on where you went, find your downward facing dog. And so then from here, we're going to come into the Malasana. So if you know that coming into a deep squat is not your jam, hang with me for a moment. I will give you other options once I get people that are going to do it from here, there. So from here, good. I'm going to bend the knees. I'm going to hop forward. My heels are grounded. I'm going to find that squat. Now, some people need different things, different tools. So you might have, turn this way. You might have a block like this, okay? You might have a block like this. It might be like this. You might have two blocks like this. You might have one like this or one like this, okay? So this is where I'm gonna be. But whether you're using blocks down here or not, you want your heels to be grounded. So if they're lifted up and you've got nothing to kind of put under there, take your legs out wide. You want to be able to zip up here. Now, if this is still too deep of a squat for some of you, good, then I'm going to recommend that you come to a wall or a sturdy piece of furniture that's not going to move, but has a flatter back. You're going to come up against that. Hips, knees, and toes are going to turn out to the side. And you're just going to work on this wall squat here, working on opening up and building up these muscles here, okay? That squat and crow will not work if the hips can't open here, okay? So work where you need to work, be where you need to be. Good. Now from here, this is where I'm going to come. I'm zipping up nice and tight. I'm going to release to my left and open. And you can still do this if you're at the wall. And coming down, let's release to the other side and open. And come down. Those of you that are in the deeper squat, take your hands to the floor, lift up, kind of come out of there. If you're at the wall, just come to standing so you have a little break. And those of you that are at the wall, you can come back and work on this squat again. Those of you that are going to move on to crow, I've got a few options here. So block option, if you are someone who, this is for people who have trouble getting the knees high enough, either kind of up towards the shoulders, under the armpit, as you'll see it traditionally done in photos, or for me that have bony knees and need to come on the outside so we don't get nasty bruises back here. Using the block will help you get your knees more up there. See? So hips, knees, and toes are going to turn out away from the body, maybe the heels touch. And for some of us, this is where we're going to stay, okay? So you're just kind of working on opening things up. You're free to come forward, kind of touch the pose a little bit and come out. Not all crows have to fly. You can play with lifting one foot at a time, okay? Or maybe coming into both feet. Elbows need to be in here, not out to the side. Belly button is in. You're looking forward. If you tuck the chin, you'll somersault, okay? And there's your crow. Good. Now, some of you don't need that, so maybe you're coming into the more traditional. Good. I will say here, this one can be very hard on the wrist for two different reasons. One, if you have no wrist issues and you're not strong enough in the shoulders, then your elbows and your wrists are going to try to compensate for what the shoulder girl is not doing, and that's going to give you pain down here, okay? It took me 6 years to be able to build up the strength and do crow pain-free, or longer than 3 seconds. Those of you that have arthritis in the wrist, previous surgery, something like that, Strengthening the upper body will help a little bit, but you're probably always going to have a little bit of pain and discomfort there. So if balancing on your hands here is too much pressure, just be right here and don't take that, okay? Not all crows have to fly. And then when you're ready, you can come into it. If you're practicing at home and you're afraid of doing a somersault or face plant, you can always have a pillow there to catch you if you want to do that, but just play with it. It's a fun one to play with. And sometimes I don't fly my crow. I just like to kind of move side to side. Sometimes that feels better on my hips. So just find it. Keep coming back to it, practicing it if you can. And then when you're ready, it's no worries. So let's come out of there based on whatever it is that you did, wherever it is that you were. Let's come on to the floor. Let's take the legs forward. And I'm going to give you a freestyle option here. So move some of these props out of the way. So what I mean by that, some of you, it will feel very good if your legs are forward and you're doing a little forward fold here. Others, like myself right now, might feel better if you take your legs out wide and come to a flat back fold here. So find what your body needs you to do and go there. Breathing and expanding through the rib cage. Wherever you're going, can you take your toes more towards your face? And when you're ready, we'll come back up. I'm going to bring my legs back in, and we're going to do a roll down here if you want to do it. So remember, it's easier if you have your knees bent, if you're holding on, a little bit more challenging if your arms are long, most challenging if your legs and arms are long. But we want to zip up here. Good. I'm going to tilt my pelvis back, belly button is in, and I'm going to roll down bone by bone with as much control as I can get. Good. And then once I'm done there, I'm going to bend the knees. I'm going to take my feet as wide as the mat. I'm going to find a nice windshield wiper again. How deep you come doesn't matter as long as it feels good to your body. All right. From here, we're going to go into another little hip opener before we go to our Shavasana. So you've got options here as well. You can take the soles of the feet together here, knees out to the side for a supine Baddha Konasana or cobbler's pose. You can grab the outside or inside of the feet or yogi toe and come up here into a happy baby pose. Okay. Or maybe happy adult is a better option for you. So the feet won't touch, but the knees are bent and you're holding at your shin. Whichever one of those you chose, could you find length from crown to tail? It doesn't work very well in Baddha Konasana, but if you're in happy adult or happy baby, or to like to rock a little bit, you could. Big breath, open heart, open mind. And when you're ready, we'll carefully release. Let the knees come into the chest. You can stay here, just kind of pulling them in, or you can lift up here for a nice full body hug. And then let's take this into a supine twist before Shavasana. I lied a moment ago. I forgot about the twist, but arms are going to come out. We can always handle one gentle twist. So knees in tabletop position, shins are parallel to the floor. Good. And we're going to let those knees come over to the right. Trying to keep left shoulder grounded, maybe looking to the left for full spinal twist. Breathe and expand the rib. Head will come back to center, one leg at a time, or using your abdominal to come back. I'm going to keep this a little gentle. That's the end of the practice. Good. So knees in tabletop. Good. Take those knees over to the left, trying to keep right shoulder grounded, looking to the right, breathing and expanding. And when you're ready, head back to center, one leg at a time, or using your abs to come back to center. Good. Bring in those knees. Get any little wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here that you need for your final little movement. And then we're going to come into Shavasana. So you can let everything come long and flop open. You can put a bend in the knees. You can be on your side. You can be on your belly. Be where you can be comfortable for a few short minutes without fidgeting or wiggling or moving around. And once you get to where you're going here, see if you can make yourself about 10% more comfortable. And I'll leave you here one more time, dropping into the earth, reconnecting with that intention, open heart, open mind. Taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently. Take head and neck from side to side. Maybe adding a wiggle of the fingers and the toes. Choosing stillness or taking knees into the chest. Choosing to keep the upper body grounded or tucking the chin, lifting up, full body hug. And choosing stillness or moving any props out of the way if you used any during Shavasana time. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips to the toes. Get that full body stretch. Point and flex through the feet. Bend and stretch through the hands. Twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And whenever you're ready, bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over to your right or left side, the side that works best for you in this moment, taking all the time that you need here. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. We started our practice. Noticing how you feel. Fingertips to the side, palms bring up, reach, 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 looking up there one more time. And exhale, stopping the thumbs at the forehead for good and true thought. To the lips for good and kind words. And to the heart for open and loving heart. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you have a wonderful day, evening, week, month, season ahead. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.